Hi, Neville Martin here for Guitarist magazine, and I've got a couple of rather interesting guitars to look at today. They're by B&G, an Israeli company. One is a private build guitar handmade in Israel. The other is a Chinese version of a similar kind of thing. This is a solid body guitar. That is a hollow body guitar, or semi-hollow. I'll quickly talk you through it. It's, as you can see, it's a Les Paulish, scaled down Les Paul Junior type thing, but it's got a flame maple top on it. The binding, which looks like binding, is actually the revealed edge, as PRS does. The body is mahogany, neck is mahogany, lovely Waverley open gear tuners there, very high quality tuners they are. Very attractive headstock. I like that headstock with the screwed on B&G chrome logo or nickel logo. Fingerboard is Power Ferro, ironwood, with nice little pearly dot inlays. The pickups are B&G's own kickbuckers, and they're stacked humbuckers. They look like P90s, but they're not like that at all. They sound rather different as well. Bridge is an ABR1 style, Gibson style bridge on legs that go direct into the body. Trapeze type tailpiece, a little bit like Rickenbacker have used and Gretsch have used on some of their guitars. Simple electrics, very simple, volume, tone, three-way toggle. That's it really. The frets are quite small, so it's got a vintage feeling kind of neck. It's a little bit PRS-y. It's a bit like their wide fat that they used to have in the early days. And it's just a nice vintage feeling guitar, and it's not the same as the rest of the pack. Okay, I'm going to go over to the other one now. Okay, here we are with the Little Sister Crossroads. Little Sister's a great name. It's an old Elvis song written by Pomus and Schumann. I think Ry Cooder did a very good version of it as well. So it's a cool name for a guitar. This one's interesting in a couple of ways because it's semi-hollow. This lot sits on a block inside, as do the pickups. Similar tone control and volume control to the other one. Very simple, straightforward. This one has humbuckers. This guitar is made in China. And whereas the private build is a nitrocellulose finish, this is a poly finish. Interestingly, it's a 14-fret neck join, which is very unusual for electric guitars. And it's got a slotted headstock, again, redolent of classical guitars. And it's got three aside brass plated tuners there. Actually rather attractive. I'm not sure how fiddly it will be doing a quick string change on this should you break one, but that's another story. The 14-fret neck might put a few people off, but we played a lot of guitars recently that don't have huge access to the neck. And to be honest, how much time do you spend really up the high end? You tend not to, unless you're a Guthrie Govan or somebody like that. But, you know, for playing around this kind of central area, gives a really nice sound to the guitar. Gibson 330 is a great guitar to play for that. And this evokes a similar kind of thing to that, a very, very scaled down version, obviously. This is an Ovancol fingerboard. Again, it's mahogany back and sides. It says made in China on the back there, so there's no quibbling about that. Not quite as figured a top as the other one. Same revealed maple edge there. Similar trapeze tailpiece with the Little Sister emblazoned upon it. Same bridge going into the body. But these are humbuckers, and this one sounds radically different to that in actual fact. And we'll give them both a bit of a burst. Right, we're back with the Stepsister private build. Don't play too much, but I'll give you some idea of the sounds. These are stacked humbuckers, and they sound very different to how you might expect. It's not a powerful guitar. The output's not too dissimilar to a Telecaster or a powerful Strat. It's not in the league of a P90 equipped Junior, Les Paul Junior, and certainly not in the league of a humbucking guitar. But it's really interesting. It's a kind of, my gut feeling is it's a bit like the Gretsch guitars with the Diamond pickups. It's that kind of sound overall. And it's interesting. I'll just give you a few chords. bridge pickup. It's a very interesting sounding guitar. It doesn't sound perhaps as you'd expect. You might expect it to sound P90ish, but it's a bit more breathy than that. Not powerful. It isn't going to give you. It's not going to give you big Les Paul type sounds, and it's not designed to do that. It's another kind of thing altogether. But I like it very much. It's a musical sounding guitar, and being so small, it really sits nicely against the body. And this one's got a 16th fret neck join, so you can get up to the top, not really high easily, but there's plenty of top fret access here for the average blues rocker guitar, and this is who this is aimed for. This isn't a rock beast by any stretch of the imagination, but it's really nice sounding. Okay, a very sweet sounding guitar. I think you might be surprised if you picked it up yourself. You might not be able to hear how different it does sound, but I'll play the Chinese-built one with humbuckers now, the Little Sister Crossroads, and I think you would agree it sounds very different to this. Okay, here we have the Little Sister Crossroads. As you can see, 14th fret neck joint. There's no point in trying to play really up here because it's not going to do anything for you. But around here, if you stay in the kind of... Still all right in E if you want to play there. As you can hear, this is a very different sounding guitar to the other one. This is much more ballsy. Middle position. Cleans up nicely when you turn it down, even with a bit of grunt on the amp. In fact, clean sounds where the amp's actually a bit dirty, I often prefer because they've got a bit more, they're a bit more organic and a bit less sparkly and almost unnatural to me. Obviously, horses for courses, but. Knock back the tone on there for a bit. So sweet sounding guitar. It's an airy guitar. Obviously, it's got air in it because it's a semi-hollow guitar. And just as we often say about Gibson 335s compared to a Les Paul, they are more airy sounding as well. It kind of goes hand in hand. And I think it's a good idea on a guitar like this to give it some air inside it, because there is a danger with a small, powerful guitar that it might all end up sounding a little bit middly and boxy and not particularly pleasant. But this one works really nicely like that. I think if you're in a kind of jazzy blues band and you were just playing nice, chomping away on nice chords and playing a few tasty licks here and there, this would be a lovely little guitar to have. And you could hang it around your neck all night long. It weighs nothing. You can hang it around your head all night long and never feel that you've done a gig at all. This is a really sweet guitar. Price-wise, in the UK, this is $1,550, 1,550, and the handmade private build is, I think, £5 under £4,000. So that's an expensive guitar. Sits in a pretty hotly contested market, but this does too. They're both very individualistic guitars, and I think that's what gives them a lot of sales potential, because they're not copying anything at all. They've come up with their own brief, and I think we like them a lot for that.